You've been either writing for or at the helm of business publications for a long time, since 1997, I believe. So, what misconceptions do entrepreneurs have about money, and how does that differ from sort of the professional manager who maybe was never an entrepreneur and ended up in the C-suite as a result of sort of slogging their way up through the ranks?
Well, I think both executives, both leaders have the same make the same mental mistake, which is a sort of common mental mistake that human beings everywhere make, but it manifests itself in different ways when you're talking about a startup and when you're talking about an established, Fortune 500 type company. And that mistake is focusing on the short term. So when it comes to entrepreneurs, the short-term goal is raising money. And you can see that there's a lot of attention in the press to companies that get money from venture capital, um, and that tends to take on the feeling of being the end in itself. Think about what a phenomenon Shark Tank is. It's all about winning the investment. It's not then about going out and actually making a business that's sustainable, but that's what the actual goal is. And I think that entrepreneurs get a little obsessed with that short-term money target. And there are many ways you can make that mistake. One is that you neglect the business to raise the money. Another is that you uh, you raise more money than you need, and you end up running a kind of sloppy company that doesn't do you any good anyway. You raise it just because you figure more money is always better than less money, right? But not necessarily. And and then the final thing is that you give up control. And the saddest stories that Inc. tells are about people who build a company from scratch and sacrifice so much to be able to build something great and then lose control of it because they've given away too much equity to investors for reasons that maybe aren't always that good. On the C-suite side for big companies, the short termism just manifests itself in trying to reach quarterly goals. And the incentives are built into the stock market. They're probably built into their bonuses, and the results, though, are damaging, often damaging, can be as damaging as making that same short-termism mistake as an entrepreneur. Is that you lose sight of what the company is really about, and you tend to go down short-term rabbit holes that leave your company at a disadvantage in the long run. You miss competition because you're trying to preserve that number, for the next quarter. The, that is, I mean, we human beings are very bad at estimating long-term values, and we tend to really exaggerate the importance and value of something in the near term.